Hello, this application is called Notify Now. It's for the San Diego area, and the purpose is to be able to get addresses and create mailing labels. This application is unique because it lets you get the site address, which is the physical address of the property, and also the owner address for an area, and also compare them and do some quality control, eliminating the ones that have errors before sending the mailing labels out. So I'm just going to start here by with a downtown address so you can see what it looks like downtown. So it's very basic. You have your zoom controls here. You have a couple choices for your map layers. And then over here is where you actually do your selection of the addresses. So let's say you have a project that's running right along here, and you want to select these parcels in this area, and also you want to create a 300-foot buffer. A lot of times you want to notify within some distance of a project. So you can change this if you want. You could have it be 0 if you don't want a buffer, or you could have it be bigger if you want a bigger area. So let me try 600 here. These are different ways to sketch. So this one lets you just kind of scribble on the screen and do a 600-foot buffer. If I zoom out a tad, you'll see that the buffer generated relative to the sketch. So immediately when you buffer, it selects all the addresses within that, and so here's all the site addresses, which are these blue points. You can see over, when I go over, it will actually highlight the address in yellow if you see that yellow highlight there. Now, because you want to send out, like downtown for example, there's a lot of owners that don't actually reside at that address. You might want to make sure you notify the owners also. So if you click on that owner tab, it automatically refreshes, and now you see how it highlighted all the blue parcels. This is the owner information that's coming from the county assessor's records. So once you have the set you actually want, you can either export the data to Excel, or you can create the labels directly. So if you hit this to Excel button, you see down here where my XLS came, I'm in Chrome, so mine came in here. If you're using Explorer, your download might come to look a little different. Then it will ask if you want it to download it, and you go ahead and hit yes, and then voila, you have your Excel spreadsheet. So at this point you could do whatever you wanted at this address with these addresses. If you want it to go straight to labels, you click on this to labels, and it will automatically format according to the standard Avery format. So if you go to your local office supply store, you'll see that you can purchase label stickers in these different formats. So you pick what size label you want. You decide whether you want the assessor parcel number on the label, and then just hit OK, and it will generate that label for you. Now if you noticed up here, sometimes if your pop-up blocker is on, it will block the pop-up. Alright, so you got to kind of pay attention, see where it popped up, and go ahead and allow the application to write to your machine. So here's your labels. Now all you have to do is stick your stickers in the printer and print them out, and they're all formatted exactly according to the size they need to be. So the other thing that is really useful about this is there's a bunch of queries set up on the site and owner address. So if you've ever done mailing labels before, you know that oftentimes you get a whole bunch sent back, and it costs you a lot of postage because you get a lot of invalid addresses. So there's some queries down here where you can get rid of duplicates. Like for this example, it's saying 18 rows are exact matches. So you know that if you remove these, see there's a 0, and you hit this little garbage can here, it will delete those records, and so you won't be sending out garbage labels, and it will save you 42 cents. Is that what the mailing is now? Per record. You can also find the exact matches. Again, those would be duplicates and ones that are nulls, and if you remove those, then you won't get those labels. Same thing on the owner address tab. If you go here, you can find the ones that are owned by public agencies. You may not want to send labels to those, so you could remove those. You can find ones that are owner occupied, which means the owner actually lives at the owner occupied at, oh, there aren't any in this case. But then you could remove those because there would be a site address already for those. Since they live at that site, then you wouldn't need to send out 2 mailings to the same location. So that's how you have it. Notify Now. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, send me an email at jodi, Jodi, @cortexsolutions.com. Bye.